This quilt is one that I made for my daughter and finished 7 years ago. It probably took me a couple of years to make because I would get discouraged and put it away and then come back to it after 2 or 3 months. It's the first really big quilt that I made, and it was quilted entirely on my little Kenmore home sewing machine. The pattern is called Trip Around the World, and I did it in different shades of purple and blue. This view shows it folded down so that you can see the back, and I made 2 matching pillowcases out of the back fabric for it. It measures 84.5 by 94 inches. The squares are 3.5 inches square, and I allowed for a 1/4 inch seam allowance within that. It has 957 squares in it. This is a double or full-size bed, and so you can see the overhang on the sides on this, but it has been used on queen-size beds before, just with not as much overhang on the sides. This is the back, and then back to the front, you can see how I used a stitch in the ditch stitching on this. There are 29 squares that go across the width of this quilt and 33 rows. It's been washed a lot, and so it has that crinkly old quilt look to it. The width of the binding was 4.5 inches before I folded it vertically and then attached it to the quilt. When I made this quilt, I hadn't started filming YouTube videos at the time, and so I don't have any footage of making the quilt, but I still thought that people might be interested in seeing the Trip Around the World pattern in my perspective. About a year ago, I made a My Quilts trunk show, and I featured this quilt in that. So I have shown it before on YouTube, but not really talked about it that much. My daughter just loves this quilt, and I am happy that she loves it so much. Thank you so much for watching, and happy quilting. Goodbye.